Hello. I feel like crap. I just, I don't even have the words to. You ever get to a point where you feel like death is a welcomed release from what you're going through? I'm completely torn between wishing or praying for death and then praying to keep living so that I can get some things accomplished in this world that have some meaning and some worth. And some of that is out of selfishness, and some of it's out of the opposite. Thing is when I've got all my good little pain meds and I'm just a happy little drugged up fat chick who's not feeling her pain at its full tidal wave peak, I'm very optimistic and I feel good about life and I feel good about doing things with my writing and about doing things with my life and finding love and finding getting a life, having a life, living a life. But to take away all my little crutches that help prop me up in little pieces, bits and pieces, it's all like Legos. Each thing that I do in my life to help alleviate the pain and fatigue and cramping and nerve pain and I mean I've got joints, muscles and nerve stuff going all at the same time at any given point. Without any of the medication, it's like my body is alive. You know what I mean? And I don't mean alive, good, happy alive. I mean alive like writhing and cramping and tensing and my nerve endings feel like they're on fire and dancing and it's just and there's throbbing pain coming out of my joints and it's like hell. It's hellish. And when I don't have my stuff to help squash that or quell that, I have no hope in life. And like I said, like I was saying, everything is like a Lego block. Each little block gets me one step higher away from the platform, and the platform being at my absolute worst pain wise and cramping and nerves and all that, fatigue and all that stuff. So I have muscle relaxers, that's one Lego block. I have painkillers, that's one Lego block. I have Ambien for the insomnia, that's another Lego block. Muscle relaxers to sleep with, another Lego block. Because the pain and fatigue is far worse when I don't sleep. And right now I don't even have my sleep stuff. So I'm not even sleeping. I'm taking 4 or 5 Benadryl just to sleep very fitfully for about 2 or 3 hours. And it's not good sleep at all. But, doing aqua aerobics is another Lego block. In fact, I would count it as like a double, Or one of those that, you can feel a little thingy that rotates on it, one of the special blocks. And, but the pool's been closed for renovations. I haven't had a class in 2 months. So, and it doesn't open up again until the 10th of January. And it's going to be like I'm starting all over, starting from scratch. Because I had no way to go and to keep up the movement, and I can't do the movement in a weight-bearing way. So, it's going to be like starting all over. All those things, there's little blocks that get me further and further away from being at my worst. And there are days where I'm a good at least 60%, got 60% of it, kicked when I've got all the right stuff going on. And right now I'm at dead zero. I just, one, from a medical standpoint, I don't understand why they haven't figured it out yet. They figured out all kinds of things like about cancer and about viruses and DNA and genetics and all this crap, but they can't figure out what causes people with fibromyalgia to have fibromyalgia. All they can say is, okay, we see that maybe your brain is telling the nerve endings are sending out messages where there's a legitimate pain, that the pain's bigger than it is. Maybe it's related to low serotonin levels, misfiring transmitters, all that other crap in my head that causes the depression and anxiety, which it's not uncommon for people with fibromyalgia to have depression and anxiety. It's not uncommon for people with fibromyalgia to be overweight. It is not uncommon for them to have osteoarthritis. All applies to me. They are seeing links between the fibro and literally almost everything that I've ever had wrong with me. And all this time I thought all this stuff was screwed up, and it turns out it may have just been one thing the whole time. I just, they got meds to treat the symptoms. But the thing is you build up tolerances to medications, which is probably what my case is more than the pain getting worse. Other than the arthritis has spread since he first started treating me. I've watched my pain meds and just go up higher and higher and higher. And I'm going to tap out soon. I'm going to be at my max soon. And I don't want to be 50 and having to have morphine or which I hate morphine. I had it after one of my surgeries where, the clicker. And it made me hallucinatory, and it made me extremely upset because I would fall asleep. I would have the pain. I'd click. I'd fall asleep. It would feel like I'd been asleep forever, even though I still feel exhausted, but it would have been 10 minutes. And it just made time, it made a day in the hospital seem like weeks. It was tormenting me, mentally tormenting me. And I finally told him, I said, I don't care, no more morphine, give me a pill. But I don't want to have to have one of the stupid fentanyl lollipops, which I'm a sugar junkie. Imagine if I had real lollipops and fentanyl lollipops and got them confused. And they're also, fentanyl's addictive. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be looped out and out of it on drugs. It's bad enough that I am at night when I take Ambien and muscle relaxers before I get to sleep. And then I start calling people. Not having any. I'll take the medication. All right, leave the phone in another room. Some point between where I can remember and I actually am asleep for the night, I'm getting up, getting the phone, calling and texting. I'll get up in the middle of the phone call. I'll be in bed, get up and go get something to eat. One night I don't know when I got up. It was fairly early in the evening. Got up, went to the kitchen, got some peppermint candy, a bottle of water, and the phone. And I was on muscle relaxers and Ambien. Okay, that's not exactly the most conducive combination to walking, right? Well, I fell when I walked in the bedroom. But I don't know if it hurt. No clue. I just have the memory of falling and things flying, then getting in the bed and thinking it was the most hysterical thing ever and texting about it to my friends Chris and Angie. And of course, when you're on those medications and you text, especially with my little throwaway phone here, where you have to, click, 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 click to get doodad. I don't even speak English. Looks more like German or Dutch or something. So they think I've lost my mind. And I have a limit on my text, so I go over them because I'm texting in my sleep, basically, and no memory of it. So, but they have things to treat the symptoms. The insomnia is a symptom. I've had problems with sleeping, being able to really sleep my entire life. And, I mean, excuse me, a little nose watery thing going. But in elementary school, I'd have a bedtime of like 8 or 9 o'clock and not be able to go to sleep. You know, and I would, on weekends, I'd stay up super late and just, you know, I just never was real big on the whole sleeping thing. Anyway. So, I feel horrible. I'm not going to be able to get my meds to get any relief for the horrible until next Monday. Over-the-counter stuff doesn't help. Over-the-counter pain aid, over-the-counter sleep aid, and there's not really anything that I think you can get that will relax your muscles over the counter except for alcohol. And I have alcohol. I keep a little alcohol in the house. I don't drink very often or very much. But I mean, I hate it. I hate using it for that purpose. I don't like to drink outside of socially, or if I have pulled my back, if I've got muscles in my back, I've got a couple muscles in my back, that if I pull them, medications don't really help them. But if I have a drink, you know, just like a couple ounces of liquor, it kind of just relaxes it just perfectly. And that's primarily what I have it. I have it for that, and for like, you know, for like if someone's over and they want to drink, that kind of thing. And because I don't like to drink much very often, generally speaking. I actually hate the taste of alcohol. That's why I mix it with fruity and sweet stuff when I have it, and why I don't drink, you know, things like beer and stuff like that. But anyway, when I go out. But I don't want to do that. Plus, the next day, my nerve endings are screaming because fibromyalgia doesn't like alcohol. You know, what am I going to do? I could go to my doctor and he would send me in a prescription for my meds. He would understand. You know, he's told me several times now he trusts me. He knows I'm being responsible for my medication. He knows I'm honest with him. And, you know, I've been doing this program with him for like 4.5 years now. But there's the fact that, one, there's no money. You know, because Medicaid won't pay for it right now because you're only allowed to get a prescription once a month. For each prescription, you can't go in and say, oh, hey, I need more, and then pay it. I don't have any money right now. I have $1.38 in my bank account. I think I may have, 30, 40 cents and change. Woohoo! So, I don't know. When I don't have my meds to make it better, it makes me feel desperate and tormented and just cry a lot. And it just affects everything else too. It affects me mentally and emotionally. It affects me being able to eat. It affects me being able to function, especially when I can't escape with sleep. Before, I've been out of my pain medication, but I've been able to still have my sleep meds, my muscle relaxers, and my Ambien. I don't even have that. So there's no escape. There's no relief because I can't sleep. I'm not sleeping. Yeah, I'm being whiny, I know. All I can do is bitch about it because there's not anything I can do to fix it.